Hello, my fellow quality seekers. Today's topic is NPS. This is something that you see every day, but you probably didn't know that there was a history behind it. Okay, so what is NPS? Well, the term itself stands for Net Promoter Score. And as I stated in the intro here, this is something you come across probably every day without even realizing that it's there. So let me stimulate your memory a little bit. Do you remember that last time you were at a grocery store, you're shopping for clothes, and you get a receipt? And on that receipt, there's a survey. And on that survey, there's that one question that's there almost all the time. You're probably thinking of it already, right? Would you recommend this service to friends or family, right? So that question, that powerful question is NPS, Net Promoter Score. Let me get me started here. So a little bit of history here. A man by the name of Fred Reichheld, born in the 50s, right here in the US, he came up with his entire process of what NPS is, and it has been modified a bit since then in terms of its application, but as you've probably recognized, it's so broad, we see it everywhere. So NPS, Fred Reichheld's original program. Basically, it was a kind of a Likert scale being those scales where you see strongly agree, somewhat agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree, right? That kind of scale to assess your opinion on something. He kind of adapted that to this powerful question. Now, I call it a powerful question. I've said this a few times. Think about all the questions that a business can ask you about service or goods that they've provided to you, right? Was it on time? Well, you can answer to that. Yes, it was on time, but it was terrible quality. Well, the question about on time, did that really get your whole perception? No, I got one part, but not the whole thing. Did the food taste good? Yeah, it tasted good, but it was not served on a plate that was clean, right? Again, thinking about all the different questions you could ask, Mr. Reichheld came up with one question that basically encompasses everything that we view about quality, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. Would you recommend this product or service to friends and family? All right, so building on that a little bit. His was not a strictly Likert scale. The original was a score of 1 to 10, right? Again, agreeing versus disagreeing. I would recommend it to friends and family. Absolutely, that's gonna get a 10. Over here, no, I absolutely wouldn't. That's a 1. Then he took the assessment of these scores one step further, where he categorized 1 through 6, 7 through 8, and 9 through 10. And he gave these specific terms. Now, these terms allow us to start to comprehend where our specific grade is right now in terms of that customer who's taking the survey. Up here, right, 9 through 10, these are our promoters. These are people who are actively promoting our company. If it's a 9 and a 10, they not only liked it, they are probably telling friends and family about it, right? So that's an assumption that's built into his scoring system. 7 and 8, think of these as neutral, right? Not promoting, not detracting. They're neutral, right? Yeah, it was good. It wasn't bad. It is what it is. So that's kind of the middle pack. And here with the 1 through 6, these are our active detractors. These are the people talking smack about your business, right? So they're actually going out there and letting people know negative comments. If you're not sure what a negative comment is, I jest, of course. Just go look on Yelp, right? You're gonna see plenty of negative comments. And those people that are actively talking negative, if they took this type of score, they're probably gonna be in this category here. Now, what has he done? What has Reichheld done? He has provided us with a numeric way of measuring the perception of a customer and their interaction with our company in terms of quality. Now, this is a measurement system. This goes into my 4 absolutes of quality. If you want to improve your quality, you need to measure it. Well, this is a measurement system. And some people get a little afraid because, well, if I measure it and I wind up down here, it means I'm bad. That's not what this means. If you measure it, you're going to get a number. No matter where you fall on this scale, that then sets you up for continuous improvement, right? Think about this, wherever my number is. If I'm a 5, well, I want to be a 6. If I'm a 6, how do I become a 7? It allows us to work and grow accordingly. Okay, so let me transition just a bit. The application of this, right? You've seen it on almost every receipt that you receive. Anytime the restaurant, your grocery store, your gas station, you get a receipt, they want you to rate them. There's probably that question on there somewhere. If you haven't recognized it before, go look. You're gonna see it everywhere. But what about big scale? So business to business type situations. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a story that I went through while working in the corporate field. So I was working for a relatively large corporation, a multinational corporation, and this particular company, we had a huge amount of corporate customers. We wanted to find out what our customers thought of us, right? So how do we do that? How do we get our head around our customers' perceptions of us? So this particular company, they created this huge questionnaire. Hundreds of questions on this thing. The company had sent it out to our customers, and I saw it at one point and I thought, wow, you know, if I was a customer receiving this is a lot of information. So, you know, filling in bubbles, taking that information in. That's the first step, right? Gather all this information. Now, I didn't mention NPS yet, but I'm getting to it. Just hang with me. I then went to an annual conference, right? So we brought all the leaders from across the country, I think from the globe. I think there were other countries there too, right? So we're sitting there and we're having this corporate meeting, and I read on the agenda that we had about 2 hours set aside for digging into this survey. And I thought, oh my God, this is gonna be the most boring story, a boring application, to sit there and go 2 hours through page by page of this survey. I dreaded it. But here's the thing. This corporation, they switched gears on me. There was one question buried inside this report that literally was the NPS. Would you recommend the goods that we are selling to your fellow coworkers? Would you recommend it to other companies? Would you recommend it to basically friends or family? We spent 2 hours digging into and understanding where our current state was, and then working on a plan on how to improve it, right? So that's the practical application of NPS. Assessing where you're at, number one, and then developing a plan to improve it, and then coming back and reassessing to score where you're at. Now, I want to thank somebody for this particular one. I did a review of V's Barbershop not too long ago, and as I wrapped it up, I threw in my NPS, right? I threw in there my perception. Would I recommend this to friends and family? Gotta watch the video to find out if I do. But Jay Tom, he came in, he's one of my earliest subscribers here, and asked the question. He said, I was waiting for you to drop the NPS, right? He watched the whole video. Right at the end, I give my recommendation at that point. And that being said, somebody searching for that, looking for that, that shows the power of what this particular score is. All right, folks, if you like what you heard today, please, please, please hit subscribe, hit that notification bell as well. Help me keep doing this, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.